Hello guys, and welcome to a new Etheria restart video. Today, I'm going to give you my top 5 most broken animus in the game that you should be re-rolling or investing on during release. These 5 animus are my personal picks after playing the game and understanding the mechanics, which are very similar to Epic 7 and Summoner's War. I will also give you the reasoning behind my selections and why they are a tier above everyone else. So without further ado, let's get this show started. First, we have Doky Doi. No matter what anyone tells you, this character is the best animus in the game in my opinion, and I'll explain to you exactly what she does as simple as possible. Number 1, her S3 increases allies' attack gauges 8 times total, starting from the one you target, and on to the next ally with the lowest attack gauge, and so on. Basically, she pushes allies' action bar like crazy. On top of that, her S3 applies a stack of a buff called Data Stream on all allies, and 5 stacks of another one called Backup to herself. Data Stream cannot be dispelled, and for every 1 stack, it increases allies' damage dealt and their speed by 2.5% and can stack up to 12 times. Backup also cannot be dispelled, and it basically allows her to fully cleanse an ally if they have a debuff right before they take a turn. And when the cleansing happens, they gain 1 stack of Data Stream. I know this effect can be complicated to understand, but she basically cleanses all debuffs from allies, increase their attack gauge, give them speed and damage increase with her S3 alone. Her S2 reduces an ally's skills cooldown 5 times, targeting different allies with each time starting from the ally with the highest cooldown. And it also gives them a stack of Data Stream. Her S1 deals damage to a single enemy and gives herself 1 stack of backup. So as you see, Doky Doi's kit is insanely strong, and I consider it to be the best support for every content of the game. So if you are planning to re-roll on this game, I highly recommend you get a copy of her, because she will change your account progress like day and night. Second on the list, we have Bionten, and she is another insane support. Her S3 buffs all allies' attack and crit damage, and gives them a stack of a buff called Underworld Flower. And what this does is for each stack of flowers the animus has, they get a 5% damage taken decrease up to 5 stacks. Also, when Bionten takes a turn while there is a dead ally on the field, she loses 1 flower stack to revive them with 40% of their max HP and increase their attack gauge by 35%. Her S2 is even more crazy. It basically gives 1 ally a turn right away and decreases his skill's cooldown by 2 turns. And if this skill is used on a dead ally, she revives them and gives them a turn right away, and at the end of their turn, if Bionten has a stack of Underworld Flower, she consumes 1 to keep that ally alive with 50% max HP. If not, the ally will vanish after taking his turn. Her S1 attacks a single enemy and increases the attack gauge of the ally with the lowest strike prep. Bionten is a very insane support for all content as well, especially her S2 that grants a turn right away. It can be abused to do some insane combo tricks. So I highly recommend investing and building her as well. Third on the list, we have Hellkid. His kit is very simple yet very strong in both PvP and PvE. Hellkid has a unique buff called Shroud Barrier, and it's basically a shield that scales with attack instead. His S3 hits all enemies 3 times and casts Shroud Barrier to all allies. Shroud Barrier absorbs some damage and gives immunity to all debuffs as long as it's up, meaning the thicker the barrier, the longer the immunity will last. So you can already imagine the crazy combos you can do with him and some other animus who can give invincibility. You're basically immune to everything and can spam counterattack like no tomorrow. Hellkid's S2 attack all enemies and decreases their attack for 2 turns. The damage of this skill increased by 60% when Shroud Barrier is present. His S1 attacks a single enemy with a chance to stun. When Shroud Barrier is present, the chance becomes 100%. And best part about this skill is that the damage dealt with it will be converted to recharge the Shroud Barrier, so he can keep generating barrier even during his S3 cooldown. Hellkid is a top-tier hero for any content if used right. I highly recommend having a copy of him as well. Fourth on the list, we have Tiiamat. She is a strong tanker with much more utility. She's also the only animus with a transformation skill in the game. Her S3 consumes some of her own HP and attacks and taunts all enemies. Her S2 consumes some of her HP as well and gives a shield and heal over time for all allies. Her S1 consumes her HP and attacks a single enemy and deals additional real damage equal to 90% of the consumed amount. Now, what makes Tiamat a complete monster is her passive called Mother of Evolution, which basically shares 20% of the damage taken by all allies. And for every 15% of her max HP lost or healed, she gains a stack of a buff called Bloodshed. When Bloodshed stacks reaches 8, she enters her ultimate form, healing her own HP and granting a turn to herself right away. During her ultimate form, her main skill attacks all enemies, dealing massive damage and healing herself. Tiamat is a complete monster, especially when you use a cleansing shell effect on her, so she can always fully heal herself, protect ally, and triggers her form. You can also abuse her ultimate form by keep recharging her Bloodshed stacks through healing from her or other allies, so you can increase her uptime as you like. And that is why Tiamat is considered a top-tier pick as well. Last but not least, we have Kloss, and she is mainly an insane debuffer and support at the same time. Her S3 attacks all enemies and defense break them, and also inflicts stacks of a debuff called Hacking Progress. Each Hacking Progress stack increases damage taken by 6% and decreases damage dealt by 12%. It also decreases their speed by 5%. Hacking Progress can stack up to 3 times, and when the enemy has 3 stacks, Kloss consumes them at the end of her turn and transform it into Hack-In debuff. Hack-In increases damage taken by 25% and decreases damage dealt by 45%. It also decreases their speed by 20%. And best part about this debuff is that it can't be cleansed. Kloss S2 also attacks all enemies with a chance to inflict Hacking Progress. It also have a chance to steal attack gauge from all enemies and distribute it to all allies evenly. And this is, in my opinion, the best part about her kit. She can manipulate all attack gauge for your benefit. Her S1 attacks a single enemy and have a chance to inflict Hacking Progress as well. Kloss is a solid pick as well if you are heavily into PvP. She can do wonders, especially in long, tanky fights. These are my top 5 picks for you, so I hope you find this video helpful. Thank you for watching and see you in the next one.